Hey, this is Nicky G and welcome to Better Commander. If you're wondering what the heck is in the December Superdrop or what's in all these secret lairs, well, I was wondering the same thing, so I made this video. Hey, listen, I'm just a guy living in a house somewhere in the United States of Sweden. I'm not an expert, I'm no financial super genius, but I know a lot about cards. I swim in the currents of the card market like a sturgeon, reporting back to you via fish telepathy. If you need to know what I found here, then like, subscribe, and tell me what kind of fish you are in the comments. Okay, the December Superdrop is here. Basically, Wizards releases a bunch of alternate art direct-to-consumer secret lair packets that you can buy and stick in your decks or in the spokes of your bicycle or just wherever you want. My goal is to provide an objective analysis of value and what decks these cards could potentially slot into. I already did a separate video for the Frank Frazetta secret lair, so check that out. Alright, let's start off with some little caveats here. I'm not even going to consider the foil versions because the foils are out of the box defective. I avoid foils at all costs in my decks because they're marked cards. I wish they didn't curl up like this, but whatever, that's life. I just can't do it. I'm also not going to do the land ones because it's basic lands. You're paying $30 for 5 basic lands. That's nuts. Go nuts if that's your jam, but it's not for me. Alright, I'm not going to ramble too much. I'm going to get right to the secret lairs, but just remember, you're in secret lair territory. These are going to take months to arrive, maybe even a year, if recent track record is anything to go on. Wizards will list an anticipating shipping date. Rest assured they will not meet that date, and there will be problems with your order. Every time I've ordered, I've experienced this sadly. Buyer beware. If you hate secret lairs, then I don't know what to tell you. It's an option that some people want to know about. Many of them sell out quite well. Some even have solid financial value above and beyond the unique art. Alright, first up, as you'll soon see, this is an aptly named Transformers Optimus Prime vs Megatron. Only 3 cards in this one, and you have to like the Transformers aesthetic to get into this. Each of these cards are double-sided, featuring the robot and vehicle form of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Megatron is Blightsteel Colossus, one of the best known, most easy I win cards in all of MTG. This thing is mean, lean, it wins games with one shot. Do you have blockers? Oh well, guess you're dead. It's the cheapest version, it's $60, so if you're looking for financial value, there you go, brother. Then you got Optimus Prime all dressed up like Darksteel Colossus. This thing sits at about $10. I can see using this in various decks. It's such an iconic, beautiful card, but now it's Optimus Prime for some reason. And lastly, in this set, we have Doubling Cube, 2 generic mana for an artifact. This is dressed up as the Allspark. 3 and tap, double the amount of each type of mana, unspent mana you have. This also sits about $15 for the cheapest version. This is an incredibly powerful card as soon as you get above 3 mana. Tap 7 lands and you just ramped yourself by 4 mana. It's bonkers, and that's the floor on this thing. I often have cases in Belby and my wheel partner Kydal and Vial Smasher decks where I have lots of colorless mana, and doubling it with this is a winning formula. So these 3 cards being colorless are 3 of the most useful out of this whole secret lair Jim Jam. These 3 cards would immediately slot into my Saheeli the Gifted, Belby the Corrupted Observer, Kydal Vial Smasher, and all the other colorless big mana decks. Any deck running Sneak Attack or the Eldrazi Titans could easily run these cards. It's 3 cards, but it's $85 for the 3 if you bought them today on TCG Player. $30 plus $10 tax and shipping seems like a good deal at today's prices, though all 3 could be reprinted tomorrow. I don't know. I'm honestly tempted. I like the art, I like the style, I like the cards. Alright, next up is another Transformer set. Roll out or rise up. What does that even mean? I don't know. Anyways, there are 6 cards in this drop. You really need to like the Transformers art for this one. We got True Conviction. This is a great commander card in a go-wide combat-based deck. It's $4 right now. And you got Fabricate, great artifact tutor. I like this art. Had about 8 printings, 1 in a secret lair previously. This card is about $4 to $6. The art on this is really sweet. Megatron getting laser X'd at the car wash, I guess. By Force, this is a great commander card, especially in Hinata, Dawn Crowned. Unfortunately, it's less than $1 right now. Dramatic Reversal, fantastic commander card. Highly used card in infinite combo with Isochron Scepter, and it's about $1. It's a good card, slots in many decks, including Alundo the Seer, any deck running lots of rocks. It's an instant too, buddy. Collective Brutality, 1 in a black for a sorcery. It has Escalate, discard a card. Pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first, and then choose 1 or more. Target opponent reveals their hand, you choose an instant or sorcery card from it, that player discards that card. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This card's about $3. I've never seen this played anywhere. It's an interesting card though. Greater Good. Here you have Optimus Prime taking out his left gonad and saying one last time, Autobots, roll out. Sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power, then discard 3 cards. This is about $3. Greater Good it used to be much more expensive, but got various reprints of Commander product, Double Masters, Battle Bond. It's a fantastic card in a green-based big creature deck. Imagine someone targets your big fat monster, does a board wipe. In response, you sack it, draw a bunch of cards, fill your yard. Masterpiece card, I love it. So this is $17 for this sweet secret lair. Let me give you a little piece of advice. Buy whatever card you need from this for the fraction of the cost after it's released. In my experience, these cards will be opened and sold by third-party stores, so don't worry about it too much. Worst comes to worst, if these are like mega expensive, you don't really need them, but what do I know? What do you want, a letter grade? This is an F-, brother. Now, we all know it's been a well-known problem in the Magic community. Everyone's always asking food-based art. You know, we want Ulamog to become a cereal box. So we have Just Add Milk. You got 3 cards, double-sided, dressed up to look like cereal boxes. God damn it. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. 10 mana for a legendary creature, Eldrazi. It's a 10/10. When you cast this spell, exile 2 target permanents as indestructible. Whenever Ulamog attacks, defending player exiles the top 20 cards of their library. Well, this guy is $50, so if you want a cereal box in your commander deck or whatever, then this pays for the set. You also got a Tali Primal Storm in this one, 6/6, 4 red for a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of each player's library, then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. This is a solid commander card. It goes in a lot of red decks. It's 25 cents. It's been reprinted over 10 billion times. Oh my gosh, dude, Galta Primal Hunger, 10 green for a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. It's a 12/12. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control as trample. This guy's $3 to $4, quite a few commander decks. This is just a huge stompy monster. Well, if you want a $50 card dressed up like a cereal box, then this is tailor-made for you. I'm not sure who need this, but more power to you. If you have a tremendous need for Ulamog, and honestly, it's a monster card, then this will probably be the cheapest you'll be able to get it unless it gets massively reprinted. Total for Just Add Milk, $54. Alright, then we got Artist Series Alexi Briclot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, if it's Briclot, dude, whatever. I'm sorry, okay? Contains 4 cards that seem to make a panorama. You got Thought Not Seer, Inquisition, a Kozilek, Reality Smasher, and Eldrazi Temple. Long story short, the total value of this is $12. This is, to me, unfathomable unless someone really loves the artist. And no shade, the art is absolutely gorgeous, but it's unfathomable to me that anybody would buy this. Wizards of the Street. Anybody tired of the cute little names yet? Not me. This showcased some guy named Martin Ontiveros. Man, sorry. I don't know if I can mispronounce these names anymore. Cool. So we got Baral, Chief of Compliance. He's been reprinted quite a bit. It's about $3. It's a bomb in a Spellslinger deck. The helm of his own deck, Baral, is absolutely infuriating. Spellseeker, 2 and a blue for a creature, human wizard. It's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card with mana value 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Spellseeker is in very high demand to get cards like Cyclonic Rift and the like. This is a fantastic card. It's $30. There's your financial value right there if you like the art style. And then you got Kess, Dissident Mage, 1 blue, red, and a black for a legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 3/4 with flying. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard. If a spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. This is a fantastically powerful card. It's a sweet commander, but it's only like 30 cents. Then we got Magus of the Wheel. He's in a lot of commander decks. It's way less powerful than Wheel of Fortune, but it's great in human decks, sacrifice decks, budget decks. Look at this cute little guy. Also about 30 cents. So for this secret lair, about $35, I guess. The Spellseeker is really the big selling point here. Alright, next up you got Time Trouble 2. So this is 3 Planeswalkers in an old school frame with a big confusing text box that explains how Planeswalkers work. I hate it, but whatever. Narset Parter of Veils is fine, unless you're a jerky opponent that thinks they're clever by putting this out and then casting Windfall. Oh, you got me. Wow, great job, you did it. Good job, Kevin. Oh, no win con. Cool, let's just never play any cards and sit here waiting to die in real life. This card's 50 cents. And you got Nissa, who shakes the world out here looking like a JoJo character. 3 green for a legendary Planeswalker. Nissa loyalty, it starts with loyalty 5. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green. Wow, that's great. +1, put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste that's still a land. -8, you get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. This is $5. I have one in an elf deck, Azuri. It's a great card, kind of worth it just for the forest mana doubling effect. Oh, here he comes, old Metal Arm, Tezzeret, Agent of Bolus, 2 blue and a black for a legendary Planeswalker. Tezzeret has loyalty 3. +1, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. -1, target artifact becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 5/5. -4, target player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is twice the number of artifacts you control. This is kind of a decent card advantage engine, decent artifact animator. This version's about $6. Total on Time Trouble, like $12. Why? Why would I buy this? I can buy the singles for way less than that. I'm honestly confused. The meaning of life, maybe a psychedelic journey where the artist has no idea what they're making before they make it. Alright, cool. We got Force Fruition, 4 blue for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player draws 7 cards. This is a cool card. It's niche for sure. Mill decks, draw punish decks like Nekazar love this. It's about $12. Hey, you got the old mental misstep. Look, it says pause. This is a CDH staple, costs about $5. You got Well of Lost Dreams, about 25 cents. It's a life gain deck staple. It's a decent card. Future Sight is 2 blue for an enchantment. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. This is a 25-cent card. It has niche uses, but has been crept out by other things that fulfill a similar function for a cheaper cost. In the modern meta, this is kind of a little too costly. It's a cool card, it's a sweet card, don't get me wrong. Alright, lastly we have Mind's Dilation, 5 blue for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts their first spell each turn, that player exiles the top card of their library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. This is a bonkers effect for 7 mana. I have one of these but no deck for it, it's about $8. So a grand total of about $25 for the Secret Lair. I'm not a huge fan of the art. If you like it, go for it, I guess. Welcome to the Fungal. It's like welcome to the jungle. I'm hugely disappointed by this because, as you'll see, the art is rad. But we got Slimefoot, Mycoloth, Gave, Guru of Spores, Abundant Growth, and a Saproling token. Ugh, the art is fantastic, but there's absolutely no utility here, no value whatsoever. The whole thing can be ordered for like $6 off a TCG player. I don't know, if you really need these cards, go nuts, but this is sad. Alright, lastly, this last one I'm going to cover, you have special guest Kozindan. 5 cards with some really nice reprints in a classical but yet somehow weird Japanese style. We got Sarah Ascendant, 1 white for a creature, a human monk. It's a 1/1 with lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, and guess what? EDH you start with 40 life. Sarah Ascendant gets +5/+5 and has flying. This is crazy in EDH. A 6/6 flyer for 1 white mana. This card is so wacky. That's why it's $23. Oh, here it comes. Demonic Consultation. 1 black for an instant. Choose a card name. Exile the top 6 cards of your library, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card with the chosen name. Put that card in your hand and exile all other cards revealed this way. 1 printing. This is a CEDH staple. You basically name whatever you don't have in your deck, then you exile the whole thing and win with Thassa's Oracle. This card is currently $15. Llanowar Elves. You guys ever see a Llanowar Elf before? It's like 25 cents. This is a common, but it goes on a lot of decks. Great mana dork. Yeah, Rapid Hybridization, dude. This is a blue staple. It's a great removal spell, and it's still about $3. Winds of Change. A lot of you might not have seen this before, but it's 1 red mana for a sorcery. Each player shuffles the cards from their hand into their library, then draws that many cards. This is a staple in wheeled decks and has limited reprints. I love this card. You keep this in a mountain in your starting hand and immediately you just screw up the whole tables, carefully crafted mulligans. It's 1 mana, it's very powerful. I have it in 2 wheel decks. It's about $8. I gotta say, I really like this art, and Kozindan is about $50 worth of cards. I think this fits great into the Magic universe. It's a little cartoony, but I think it's rad. I have each of these cards in decks I own except Demonic Consultation. I do have one, but never actually used it. I generally don't play CEDH or Thoracle win conditions. There's nothing wrong with that, it's just not my jam. This is a pretty good deal, and the art, as I said, is dope. Yeah, man, so that's what's in all these bundles. Y'all make the call. Are you buying it? Are you skipping it? I mean, listen, I don't really care. I just want to do a video so you guys can see what's in there and take a look at the art. Are you currently even able to make your down payments on your house or whatever you're doing? If you can't do that, then you're not making coherent life decisions. Don't be buying cardboard directly from Wizards. But let me know whatever you think in the comments below. And as always, just feel my love through the internet, all right? Snicky G from Better Commander, signing off.